Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial is going to be on my brows and how I achieve my fluffed up, natural but still snatched brows. I know that I have never done a tutorial on this before on Instagram or on YouTube, and that is just purely because I used to shave and overpluck my brows quite a lot, and it's taken me this long to grow them back in, and I'm really happy with the way they look now. So now that I found products that work for me and I'm happy with, I thought I would share it with you guys. So if you want to learn how I created these brows, please keep on watching. So the first product I'm going to take is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and it's in the shade Taupe. And I'm just going to take the spoolie end first, and I'm just going to brush through my brows because we really want to create that nice fluffed, brushed up brow. This will also help you to see where you need to fill your brows in. Okay, so you can see here it's a little bit sparse at the end. So now I'm just going to take the pencil end. I'm going to really lightly sketch a line from the front of my brow right to the where I want my brow to end, just as a baseline. Now I'm just going to brush through again to make sure no hairs are covering any parts of the line that I need to make it a little bit stronger. And then I'm just going to look straight on in the mirror and check that the shape of my brows is the same. You can really tell this from the baseline, and I think I'm just going to fill in a little bit more just here. So once you have that base line, I'm going to start by filling in the front of my brows first, and I really want it to just be nice and really natural, very feathered. So I'm just going to go straight from the baseline. I'm just going to flick upwards. And when I'm not using the pencil near the front of the brow, I'm having very soft pressure, and then when I get towards the more dense part, I am using a little bit more pressure, just to give it that nice graduated effect. Then I'm going to take the spoolie end and I'm just going to brush up through the front of my brows. That's all the product that I'm going to add to the front of my brows. So now you can start working on the middle and the end of my brow. And I'm just going to start by drawing a faint line over the top, just where I want the top of my brow to be. And then really lightly, I'm just going to feather that through the end of my brow and through the middle. I don't really need to put a lot through the center of my brow because it is quite dense anyway. And then again, taking my spoolie, and I'm just going to brush through, make sure there's no patches that I want to go back over. And I do like to elongate the tail just a little bit. So you can see here it's not as sharp as I would like it to be. So what I'm going to do is take some concealer. So I'm just using a little bit of MAC Pro Longwear, and I'm just going to take a round brush, like a concealer brush, very flat and fine. I'm going to lightly sketch underneath my brow. I'm taking the concealer out just a little bit further than the end of my brow, and then I'm lightly going to pull that down into my eyelid. And what I'm going to do just before I blend out the concealer, I'm just going to check back to make sure that shape is the same as the other side, and just correct any areas where I feel like I need a little bit of correction. And then just before I blend it out again, I'm just going to go once more with my concealer brush, just to make sure the lines have stayed nice and sharp. And now we're going to blend it out. So I'm just going to take a Zoeva concealer buffer brush. To start with, I'm just going to blend out the concealer that is not directly beneath the brow line. And then really lightly, I'm just going to start blending it out towards the tail. And then as I get towards more of the front of the brow, I don't like this line here to be this sharp. So what I'm going to do is blend most of the concealer away. And then I'm lightly going to flick up into the line of the brow. And it just takes the sharpness away a little bit, just makes it a little bit softer. And now once that is blended out, I'm just going to go back in and add any product where I think I need it. Now we're going to move on to setting the brows. So my brow hairs are very straight. They don't really like to be shaped too much, and if I just use like a regular brow gel, they don't hold. Like, they'll hold maybe for like an hour, and then after that they'll be gone. They'll be doing their own thing, I don't know, but they just don't stay in line. So I like to use soap. So this is just a Pears bar of soap. It's like transparent, that's why I like it, because it doesn't leave you with like a white cast on your brows. I'm just going to spray that just to make it a little bit wet. And then I'm just going to take a spoolie. So this is the one that I always use. And I get a little bit of soap on there. And then I do just spray the spoolie one more time with a little bit of water. Or I'm just using here the hydrating mist from Superdrug. So it's just the vitamin E hydrating mist. And that just prevents the soap from getting too thick and gloopy on your brow hairs. And then I'm going to start through the front of my brow. And slowly work my way through. So I'm brushing all of the hairs up to start with. And I'm having a really light hand when I do this because you don't want to pull any of the product around underneath. And then I'm just flipping the spoolie over to the dry side. And I'm just going to run really lightly through it to make sure there's no excess. And it just helps to shape them as well. So I am just going to add a little bit more in this one, I think. Okay, so that is the finished tutorial. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon as well, and that will give you notifications every time I post. This is my first brow tutorial since I've been doing YouTube, purely because it's taken me this long to find a routine and products that work for me. But I'm really happy with my routine now. I'm really happy with how my brows are looking. It's taken me quite a while to grow my brows back in as well, because I did used to shave them and over pluck and all sorts, and they just looked horrendous. So yeah, it's taken me a couple of years to grow them back in, but now that I have full brows again, I'm really happy with the way they're looking, so I want to share it with you guys. But with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.